Yo, 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 this is your boy Fireworks, and welcome back. This is Snoopers Gonna Snoop YouTube channel. The beautiful white gold is here with us today, and we are back with more Geeky Cast news, all right? And this time, he is here to talk to us about Loki's Season 2 coming up, I think this summer. I think it comes this summer, the upcoming summer, and as well, the villain. All right, so we're gonna get a chance to hear about that. I'm interested because the first season of Loki was awesome. You'll probably even see a reaction from both of us. By the time that rolls around, we'll probably react up till that comes out. You know what I'm saying? So Geeky Cast has got the news. You already know how he rolls. All right, so before we get into this, make sure you guys leaving a thumbs up. Make sure you guys leaving a like. If you're new here to the channel, make sure you guys are hitting subscribe, tapping that notification bell, so when we do a video just like this, you all forget it first. And don't forget to follow or subscribe to Geeky Cast. All right, he's got all the info. All right, so let's go ahead and check it out. It's info on Loki Season 2. I'm Fireworks, the beautiful white gold. This is Snoopers Gonna Snoop YouTube channel. And we back.
Hey, you, did you miss my giveaway on TikTok? If you did, make sure you're following us on TikTok so you can get into this week's comic book giveaway. We did give away our first winner, and we're doing all the way up to the last week of December. So essentially, there's 3 more chances to win. With that being said, today we're going to be talking about SYLVIE and how she will return to be Loki Season 2's big bad. Let's get right into the video.
SYLVIE? She already gets on my nerves anyway for doing Loki like
With
it,
Loki
and then
Season
fucking
2
the multiverse.
right around the corner, the biggest, most anticipated, I guess you could say, series in Phase 5, Phase 6, at least personally for me, because I loved Loki Season 1. I would definitely put it up there with the likes of No Way Home for Phase 4.
Definitely.
But we need to talk about the big bad. The big bad, if you guys don't know, exclusive, and I have everything written down on my side of the screen. I'm going to go back and forth. That way, if you guys remember, I keep the receipts so you don't have to. Exclusive deadline. Game of Thrones alumna Kate Dickie quietly joined the cast of Season 2 for
So
Loki.
she's going to play a villain?
So
What's
pretty
she gonna
much,
play, a
you guys know
variant?
her from Game of Thrones. But at that time, nobody knew who she was going to be. Well, then, Den of Nerds went out and tweeted saying, what if she's playing an older SYLVIE that's also
Okay,
the one
that's what I
who
was gonna
killed
say,
He
'cause
Who
she kinda
Remains
looked like
and
a
is the
SYLVIE.
main villain of Loki Season 2? Now, that had people thinking, and the internet started to explode. And people were like, oh, dude, that'd be really cool if that was the thing. But then, hear me out. Trust Me Bro 18 or Big DP went on to tweet, Loki Season 2 possible plot. Kate Dickie is the main villain. She plays an older version of SYLVIE trying to right her wrongs. She is using rogue TVA agents to erase the new timelines that appeared after the death of He Who Remains. Now, that was a big thing that people were like, oh, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
But then, hear me out.
It's getting
Then
more?
a comment back of that video said, the mod said that in the RPK server, they posted this in that Discord, so I guess it's legit to some degree.
Okay, Daniel
Now,
RPK.
I always say to people, be careful with RPK confirmations on anything show-wise. Yes, he is the man when it comes to trailers, but when it comes to shows and stuff, not so much. But this has been circulating, and then you have people like The Direct that have been doubling down on this, saying, you know, essentially, this is what's happening. SYLVIE will be the main villain. But then,
Another
Illuminati reports she's an older version of SYLVIE as well, which means possibly it could be the original SYLVIE that ended up, you know, because if you remember at the end of Loki Season 1, Loki ends up getting thrown through a portal. I'm assuming it's after the multiversal war happened, after all that, and then we're going to get to this different timeline. It's really weird because it's at the end of time, so essentially everything's still happening for like the Avengers and the MCU and all that, but they're at the end and it's a different outcome. So essentially, He Who Remains is dead. Kang is there. Rama Tut's around, which we've seen in Moon Knight. You have, you know, all these other Kang variants, so I'm assuming either it's building up to the multiversal war and it hasn't happened again, or it's at the end and we haven't got there once again.
Okay.
But then Charles Murphy actually went on to say, nobody talking on Twitter truly knows the whole plot of the show or how much screen time anybody is getting. And that's a response to people saying, oh, I thought that Kang was going to have a big part, seeming that it seems that Kang the Conqueror was supposed to be the big bad of the Loki season 2 show. Because at the end, when Loki looks up and he's in shock and he sees Kang's statue and all the memories of his friends like Mobius and all of them are wiped in a sense where they don't know who Loki is. So in that timeline, is it possible that Loki died? We don't know. But the whole thing that's great about this is it gets us to think, okay, well, Loki obviously traveled into another world. We're probably going to see a beat down Sylvie. When I say that, I don't mean she's like bloody and stuff. I just mean she's old. She's using all these rogue agents to essentially purge all these other timelines of her killing He Who Remains. And in a sense, in order to do that, she had to kill off Loki so that they would have never met, because then they would have never gotten to that conquest and she would have never gotten any leads from Loki, even though Sylvie is Loki as well. Well, then Soups went on to say it's a variant of Loki and people are hating, but you have to understand one thing. This is where it's weird with the whole multiverse and timeline. Sylvie is a variant of Loki. It's just Loki. She just has another name. Right. But the thing about it is it's a variant of a variant of a variant. So in a sense, it's like it's still Loki, but it's Sylvie. So we know it as a variant of Sylvie, but really it's just a variant of Loki. Either way, there's no reason to be hating on stuff like that. Like, we're all fans. We're all trying to build this up. We're all trying to get this down. And I understand people are mad for other reasons and are hating for other reasons. But at the same time, you can't be bashing on everything anybody says. Like, people are getting super mad about the whole Sylvie thing. But at the same time, it's like, this is great because now Sylvie thought she was doing the right thing. And at the end of Loki season 1,
maybe her old self
him in a sense, I feel like she got a little bit of regret. And now we're going to dive more into that character and see exactly how she's going to lead back up to redeeming herself in a sense. But I think the best part about this, I feel like they're hiding something from us, and just hear me out. What if Loki season 2 ends with they're about to go into another multiversal war, and during the beginning of
Kang Dynasty,
Loki season 3, I really want to believe that it doesn't end with Secret Wars. I want to believe that phase 6 ends with Secret Wars, but then the beginning of phase 7 is still Secret Wars, where we're going to get Loki season 3, and they're going to end it that way, either stopping what they did, finding a different route, or getting rid of Sylvie. Anyways, though, there was a bunch of rumors going around about Secret Wars recently and about how Kang may not be done after Kang Dynasty, but I will leave that to the next video for you guys. I do enjoy all the support. I was going through some rough time this weekend, and I do appreciate everybody who reached out and, just gave me, a lending hand and just was there. I really appreciate it. I really do. Once again, if you guys want to get into that TikTok giveaway, make sure you just follow our channel. I can leave the link down below for that. It gets you into that giveaway. Simple. It's free comics. As always, I do appreciate you all, and I really hope you all have a great rest of your day. If you guys have a different theory or who you think the big villain will be of Loki Season 2, please let me know in the comments down below. Hope you have a great rest of your day and a great rest of your weekend. I'll see you guys later.
All right, you guys, so welcome back. So that was information on Loki Season 2. So I think he made some good points. I've never really looked into Loki Season 2 as much because from the rumors we heard around San Diego Comic-Con, it was supposed to be the Squadron Supreme, which when we did the Thunderbolts, I mentioned Hyperion. Hyperion is an Eternal, but he's also the leader of the Squadron Supreme. And I thought that they were supposed to be, I guess, in some form or fashion, the villains of this Loki Season 2, or as Kang's team to try to take out Loki and Sylvie or some form or fashion, or whatever the case may be. But apparently they got this woman who is going to play an older version of Sylvie, which maybe what Sylvie, that makes sense, but I still think I would rather see the other plot, because then Kang is the main villain of Loki, which I think we need some Kang time. Loki had Thanos time in the first 3 phases. He was the one that kind of bridged the gap to us to Thanos and some other things. So I feel like it's dope that they're gonna use Loki to bridge the gap to Kang. But I think that him being the main villain, I don't think he needs to be throughout every episode. But I think he needs to be the main villain. And the Squadron Supreme he sends the Squadron Supreme to take care of Loki and them, and maybe they're skipping through different universes or whatever the case may be, to get back to where they were, or somehow defeat the Squadron Supreme. But the way it looks like with that storyline is that Sylvie, basically, it's going to microscope a certain part of this situation, because there's a million parts, but it microscopes on this one part where it's like, since she's going to play an older version of Sylvie, then it's going to be not necessarily about Sylvie and her and what she shouldn't have done, and understanding and learning from this one, which it could be, because people forget the reason. I think the main reasons why Loki season 1 was so good was that he got a chance to see what would have happened to him, and it changed him. And I think that Sylvie, seeing her older self, would do the same thing to her. So I think they're microscoping on that moment and what kind of surrounds that. You're going to, of course, the older Loki trying to prune these timelines to stop her from killing Kang. So hoping that she doesn't, not knowing that Sylvie has already done it. And then that interaction, and then her probably explaining or seeing what she's learned or what she saw, and kind of, maybe Loki's in the background just kind of playing the hand or her friend. But I've seen set shots. Apparently they do find each other again. So, or maybe it's that timeline's version of Sylvie, or that TVA's version of Sylvie. We don't know. So, but I think that that's awesome to kind of get some, now we kind of see where we going with it.
For sure.
I think I would like to see Kang, but Marvel's really good about showing us something and having somebody in the background in the shadows being the bigger villain, which for the time being is going to be Kang up into Kang Dynasty. And as he said, maybe even in Secret Wars. I thought Secret Wars was going to be them defeating the main Kang the Conqueror, or a Kang that is just the better one out of all of them. And they need help from the multiverse, which brings in, the old Universal Hulk that we watch. It brings in Nicolas Cage's fucking Ghost Rider. Brings in Jessica Alba and the Human Torch and the old Fantastic Four. It brings them in. Brings all the X-Men, Storm and Hugh Jackman and Johnny Storm. It brings in the Thing. Brings in Halle Berry, maybe. You might have a huge X-Men mutant, all these in Secret Wars trying to defeat, which ends with one timeline with everything in it now after that. That's the main goal. Somehow Kevin Feige is going to fix this whole shit to where the multiverse gets fixed back, but when it gets fixed, everything's in the same. Or it ends and it starts new in this new thing where some people get left over, some people start new, type of deal. You know what I'm saying? So I think it'll be dope when it's all said and done.
Yeah, me too.
The first Loki season was awesome. And I definitely am excited to see Loki season 2 after the cliffhanger. Definitely after that statue cliffhanger, we definitely got to peep it. So, plus people forget that was the Avengers Loki too. Like he's came a long way. When you're looking at it, from Avengers all the way to like Kang Dynasty, Secret Wars, when it's all said and done, like holy fuck, Loki. Timekeepers, there was robots or animatronics, you know what I'm saying? And Ravenna's still out there. We ain't heard nothing about her in the plot. I still want to know what the fuck is up with her in the comics. Her and Kang are like, they're like, tongue and love, you know what I'm saying? So maybe her and Kang, maybe that's what Kang is trying to find. Maybe Scott wants Kang to help him find the 10 rings and Kamala's bangs and then Ravenna. Who knows? So, before we get out of here, make sure you guys leaving a thumbs up. Make sure you guys leaving a like if you're new here to the channel. Make sure that you guys are hitting subscribe and tapping that notification bell so when we do a video just like this, you all will get it first, okay? And don't forget to follow or subscribe to the Geeky Cast because that is the man with the news, all right? So we'll be back very soon with more Geeky Cast as soon as he gives it to us, all right? So I'm Fireworks. This is the Beautiful White Gold. This is Snoopers Gonna Snoop YouTube channel. And we out.